Here's one more item for you, the last in our civics book. Rights. Boy, everyone in this country is always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio, Mother Goose, shit like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute idea, cute, but that's all, cute and fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Here we go again. The God excuse, the last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument. It came from God. Anything we can't describe must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, He would have given you the right to some food every day, and He would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that? He wouldn't have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these rights. Why would He give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay? 10 rights. And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things, like slavery. Just fucking slipped his mind. But let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29. The Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last, after all this time, that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me. Sounds more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay? All right. You know about it. You know about it. Yeah. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens in good standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see how sooner or later? Yeah. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where are you going to find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says to you, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah? Well, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away. Thank you.
It's my theory that old folks and kids got a lot in common. For one thing, they both look like this. We call them both farts. Right? Cute little farts and old farts. I'm just an old fart. But mainly, they're both discriminated against because of their age. How old they are or how old they aren't. That's how it starts out. You're too young. You're not old enough. Pretty soon they're saying, sorry, you're too old. Jesus, that was quick. I was standing right here. Yes, old folks are really just bent kids, you know? Used children. Sure, it's in between that we forget how to act. In between those two states. And that awe, you know, and that innocence that we have to act a certain way. I'm 21 now, got to stand, talk, and walk a certain way. How do you do? I'm 25, 30 now. How do you do? I'm grown up, 35, 40. How do you do? Play some golf? Good to see you. Say hello to the wife. 45, 50, I'm 55, 60, 65, I'm 70, 75. Oh, now I can piss in my pants again, man. God damn, I'm running. Woo! So anyway. Kids, besides being too young, are also too little. It's another thing they have to put up with. They're too goddamn little. You've noticed them, haven't you? I won't laugh in front of them, man, but they're too fucking little. Kids spend all that time, all those important years, way the hell down there. Teeny little things. They really do start you out small when you're a kid, don't they? Look at this, Dan. We've got a kid. What you gonna do with him? Gonna raise him. Don't plant him too deep, you know. Sure, for all those years you're stuck down there and the whole world's up here. Or you're stuck down here and the whole world is up there. Everything's up there. Everything's built for them. All the furniture, right? No, they give you one little table and a couple of chairs in your room, you know. But your brother sits on it and breaks it, right? You're stuck. Everything's up there. Hey, pardon me. Hey, look out for a cigarette, will you? Ouch, goddamn it. You want to look for the cookies? Would you look for the cookies, please? Yeah, they're up there. They're not down here. They don't keep them here. They keep them up there. I can't see up there at all. I've never seen it up there. I wouldn't know where to look. They're up there somewhere. Just take a look around, would you? Would you please look around? Just give it a chance. Give it a try. Just look everywhere. Open everything up. Open everything. Look at everything. Up high. Do you know where they are? He knows where they are. Tell him it. Tell him where they are. He knows where they are. Give me a help. Hey, tell him. Just tell him. Just tell him you know. Hey, come on. Hurry up. Please, you come on. Yeah, man. You don't know much down here. Well, you know about the nap of the rug. Have a pretty clear idea about the migration of dust in an urban apartment. You know where all the electrical outlets are. Makes you handy as hell the week before Christmas. Come here, Dad. I'll show you. Come on, I ain't going over here, right here. This one had a brown mark on it. Sure, you're just a little guy down here, and your handle is extended. That's the thing they use to take you places. Come on, we're going downtown. Whoa! And simply because you're so small, just because you're tiny, they pick you up and throw you in the air. You don't see them throwing each other in the air, do you? It isn't safe. Just you, because you're teeny. Your uncle comes over on Thanksgiving. Whoa, boy. Look at him. Ain't he a teeny? Goddamn, I'm gonna throw him up in the air. Come here. I got him. I got you. Hold on. I got him. Okay, you go over there. Okay, I got him. Oh, Margaret, I'm sorry. I lost him in the sun. We got any turkey left?
Yeah, there were rules. I wasn't too good at rules myself. Well, I was good at breaking them. You'd think that would count, you know? It's a category. No such luck was marked against you. Didn't have a lot of luck with them because they didn't all seem logical to me. For some reason or another, some of them seemed dumb. Now, there were good rules, to be sure. There were some fine rules. No running with the scissors. That's one I always obeyed. Made sense to me. Shit, this big mother will go right through me. What are you doing? I'm not running with the scissors. Another good rule was no sticking your head out of the high-speed railroad train window. God damn, Dad, good rule. Oh, yeah. Doesn't want us to get our heads chopped off. Fucking great. Must be having a great day, Dad. There were some rules that were not so intelligently drawn, I felt. Some things that didn't make a lot of sense. No running in the halls. Hey. Why? Because it looks like fun, that's why. No running in the halls. Where are you gonna run? In the rooms? Gotta keep turning in the rooms, man. Can't get up any speed at all in a room. Hallways are made for running. Another dumb rule I thought was no singing at the table. Why? One guy with a bad voice 100 years ago fucked it up for everybody else? Why? No singing at the table. Why? Because I said so. First sign of a dumb rule. Yeah, you can stand right next to the table all during dinner and sing your ass off. It's not covered by the rule. I'm standing near the table during dinner and I'm singing, and it isn't even covered by your rule. Sit down, you. That was your middle name, you.
I always hope that no matter how small the original problem is, it's going to grow into bigger and bigger proportions that get completely out of control, and I'll give you a concrete example. Let's say a water main breaks in downtown Los Angeles and it floods an electrical substation, knocking out all the traffic lights and tying up the entire city, and emergency vehicles can't get through. And at the same time, one of those month-long global warming heat waves comes along, but there's no air conditioning, there's no water for sanitation, so cholera, smallpox, and dysentery break out, and thousands of people start dying in the streets. But before they die, parasites eat their brains, and they go completely fucking crazy, and they storm the hospital. But the hospital can't handle all the casualties, so these people rape all the nurses and set the hospital on fire. And the flames drive them even crazier, so they start stabbing social workers and garbage men. And a big wind comes along and the entire city goes up in flames, and the people who are still healthy, they get mad at the sick people and they start crucifying them, nailing them to crosses, trying on their underwear, shit like that. Then everybody smokes crack and PCP, and they march on City Hall where they burn the mayor at the stake, strangle his wife, and take turns sodomizing the statue of Larry Flint. And at this point, it looks like pretty soon things are going to start to get out of control. So everybody panics and tries to leave the city at the same time. And they trample each other to death in the streets by the thousands, and wild dogs eat their corpses. And the wild dogs chase the rest of the people down the highway, and one by one the dogs pick off the old fucks and the slow people because they're in the fast lane where they don't belong. Get the fuck out of the fast lane if you're an old fuck, if you're a slow fuck. Get over on the right. Get over on the right. And the lucky ones, the lucky people who manage to make it all the way outside of town, they discover when they get there that big sparks from the city have lit the suburbs on fire, and the suburbs burn uncontrollably, and thousands of identical homes have identical fires with identical smoke. killing all the identical soccer moms and their identical kids named Jason and Jennifer. And now the fire spreads to the farmlands, and the farmlands burn intensely at 425 degrees, creating millions of baked potatoes. And as the farmlands burn, thousands of barns and farmhouses begin to explode from all the hidden methamphetamine labs. And the meth chemicals run downhill into the rivers and streams where wild animals drink the water and get completely geeked on speed. So bears and wolves, amped up on crank, start roaming the countryside looking for people to eat, even though they're not really hungry. And the fire spreads to the forest, and the forests burn furiously, and hundreds of elves and trolls and fairies come running out of the woods screaming, Bambi is dead, Bambi is dead. And he is. Finally, that fucking little cunt, Bambi, is dead. Dead. Now hundreds of regional fires come together into one huge interstate inferno, and all 12 of the western United States are burning out of control, except Utah, where the Mormons don't allow fires. And the fire spreads across the Great Plains, toasting the wheat, cooking the cattle, and producing hamburgers, actually. Then it leaps the Mississippi and races through the South, blowing up stills, interrupting lynchings, and killing millions of inbred people. And then it turns northeast and it heads for Washington, D.C., where George Bush can't decide if it's an emergency or not. He can't decide this. He doesn't know. It's hard. Oh, it's hard work. You know? No. Yeah. He can't decide because Dick Cheney is in prison. So instead, he takes a nap. He puts his empty, fucking brainless head down on the little pillow his mother gave him at Christmas time, and he takes a fucking nap. So the fire moves to Philadelphia, but it's a weekend, and Philadelphia is closed on the weekends. So the fire moves to New York City, and the people in New York tell the fire to go fuck itself. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. And it does. Yeah. And it does. So instead, it burns down Long Island and Connecticut, killing all the rich white assholes and completely destroying their evil faggoty golf courses. And while all this is going on, Canada burns to the ground, but nobody notices. And now the entire North American continent is on fire, producing a huge thermal updraft and creating an incendiary cyclonic macro system that forms a hemispheric megastorm, breaking down the molecular structure of the atmosphere and actually changing the laws of nature. Fire and water combine, burning clouds of flaming rain fall upward. Gamma rays and solar winds ignite the ionosphere, creating huge clouds of ionized plasma. Bolts of lightning 20 million miles long begin shooting out of the North Pole, and the sky fills up with green shit. And then suddenly, the entire fabric of space-time splits in two. A huge crack in the universe opens, and all the dead people from the past begin falling through. Babe Ruth, Groucho Marx, Davy Crockett, Tiny Tim, Porky Pig, Hitler, Janis Joplin, Alan Ludden, my Uncle Dave, your Uncle Dave. Everybody's Uncle Dave. An endless stream of dead Uncle Daves falling through the crack. And all the dead Uncle Daves gather around a heavenly kitchen table. They light up cigarettes and they begin to talk. They talk about how they never got a break, how their parents didn't love them and their children were ungrateful. They talk about how the government screwed them out of money and they just missed out on a big job. They say the Jews own everything and the blacks get special treatment. And all the hatred and bitterness drips out of these people and forms a big pool of liquid hate. And the pool of liquid hate begins to spin. Round and round it spins, faster and faster. And the faster it spins, the bigger it gets. Faster and faster, bigger and bigger, until the whirling pool of hate is bigger than the entire universe. And then suddenly it explodes into trillions of tiny stars. And every star has a trillion planets. And every planet has a trillion Uncle Daves. And all the Uncle Daves have good jobs, perfect eyesight, and shoes that fit. They have great sex lives and free health care. They understand the internet. Their kids think they're cool, and they all love their neighbors. And every week, without fail, Uncle Dave wins the lottery. Forever and ever, till the end of time, every single Uncle Dave has a winning ticket. And Uncle Dave is finally happy. Now do you see why I like it when nature gets even with humans? Thanks for coming in here tonight. Thank you. See you later.
Walking, just plain old walking, is a source of a lot of experience we'd recognize. Of course, we walk pretty well. Humans got it down pretty good, wouldn't you say? Hello there. Hi, Dan. Look at this, still walking. Of course, I'm talking about walking erect, right? Yeah, Homo erectus, or whatever he was. This dude. Because, I mean, well, it's one of the few things that separates us from the lower animals, walking and hats, right? Rarely see a lower animal with a hat. And if he does, chances are a man put it on him, you know? But there are some animals that walk erect for short bursts. You've seen them, you know. That's not it, and we know it, man. This is fucking walking. We know what walking is. We have a right to be proud, being able to walk like that. And a right to be embarrassed when it doesn't work. When we walk dopey. Sometimes you do something dumb, you know? Sometimes it's not your fault, but you always blame it on something else. Just a little misstep. Blame it on the sidewalk. Can't be me. I'm graceful. You've seen it. Not me, fucking boulder in the road. Might be the shoes. They're not mine. I borrowed them. Not used to the soles. Goodbye. Couldn't be me. That's why I like with a limp, you know. Limp, some people go, ooh, but that's not right. Guy with limps don't do that. Unless he just got the limp. But you've seen some guys. Some guys are good, man. Some guys are really into their limp. They've had it a long time, man. It's like years. And you've seen guys like that, man. They pivot on it. Hey, you've seen those guys. A lot of guys. They go up you see them go up a spiral staircase. Did you see that shit? You know, screws themselves. Guys can handle it when you've had a limp a long time. It's when you just get a limp, when it's a new limp, that you're not good at it yet. And you go, look at this steel beam on my leg. That's when you're not too cool. Did you ever walk and count your footsteps? You know how many of them fall in each box on the sidewalk? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.5. Carry a half. 1, 2.5. Hate doing math while I'm walking. Did you ever look at yourself in store windows? Gotta check it out, right? Trying to see your profile? Never see it. Sometimes you're walking up the stairs and you think there's another stair. You have to go into a little routine, you know. Throw them off. Hi there, hi. Good thing stereo's on mezzanine. Sometimes you're going down the stairs and you think there's another one.